Hey, welcome back. We're here at Gracie Schwarzwald with our complete Gracie Jiu-Jitsu Self-Defense Course, and we're continuing on with the section for takedowns. This is an incredibly vital section, something you should be practicing every single class because, believe it or not, people won't just sit down and fight you on the ground. You have to get them to the ground, and ideally we get them to the ground under our terms and not them taking us down or us having to flop on our back and do it. Okay, so we're going to continue on. Again, I talked earlier about there's sort of three ranges that we're going to be doing takedowns from. The free range, where I'm, fairly far away. In other words, I haven't got any sort of controls on him. Okay, the hand clinch range is more like a judo sort of range where I've got grips on him, but I'm not very close. And then the clinch range where I'm in very tight. I personally prioritize the clinch range because if I'm standing in this range, what am I open to? Yeah. And if I'm out here, it's good, but if I can't get to him, I'm having to get past punches, and also, if I get in, I might get, sprawled on and any number of things. So we like to get into the clinch range and fight from there. We've covered in the clinch section, the various clinches generally come down to I'm clinching the head, clinching the body, clinching the legs. So for a lot of this section, we're going to work from either head clinches or body clinches. Okay, so in this section, we're going to be working on this particular takedown. We're going to be working from the over-under position. Okay, this is a neutral position. This technique and some of the techniques that follow can be worked from double unders and even sometimes double overs. But we're working here because, ideally we want double unders a lot of times simply because that allows me access to his entire body. But if Erkan has any sort of training, he's not going to give me this, he's going to pummel and at least maintain that neutral position. So sometimes instead of me always trying to have to pummel and try to get in where I can maybe do a body lock, takedown, double under body lock, takedown, we're just going to take down from here. Okay, so this is one of my favorite takedowns. This is a nice core takedown, and that is going to be the inside trip to the underhook side. Okay, so it's important that, as with submissions and sweeps, that I get in the correct position first, right? I don't want to be trying to do an arm lock when you're not really in position for an arm lock. I'm going to have a high chance of failure on that. So the first thing we're going to work on is I'm here in the over-under position. Notice he's got his right leg forward, the same leg as the underhook. Okay, and we're in a pretty neutral position. Go back. I don't want to be out here again, because, again, I can keep you that way if you decide to stay. But if you decide to pull away from me, it's very hard for me to hold on to. And of course, I'm open to knee strikes and other things. And also, it's going to be harder for me to reach his legs if he's sprawled back. Okay? So a lot of times I want to bring him in nice and close. This underhook is high. This underhook I'm putting weight on. Okay, so I don't want him to lift this elbow high and start to tilt me off to this side. I'm here. Now, I can start this square. You can start this with the leg when you're practicing. Doesn't really matter. But what I want to do is, right now, he's more or less in front of me. And you see how he's bladed? For this takedown, I want him to have his feet squared. Okay, so very simple. From here, I slide my hand to the middle of the back and I dig my fingers right into the muscle along his spine. Okay, I'm not going to pull from here. I'm going to slide down, come here. Now, let me turn you this way just a little bit. The motion is simply this. Square your stance. I'm just going to step to the side. That's it. I'm not turning my body. Big mistake I see, and I'll explain why, is people turn their body. We're here, and I step to the side. And as I step to the side, I pull. So now you notice he went from being in front of me to being completely to the side of me. Let's turn you this way. So from here, I'm going to step straight to the side and pull. Now you see how close he is to my hip and leg. He's glued to my leg. I always tell people it's kind of like I'm trying to put my hand in my back pocket. Okay. So very important, I want him as close to this leg as possible. So what I don't want to do is step and bring my leg back because now it's far away from him. So from here, we're here, I step to the side, I pull right here so he's on my hip. Now let's turn this way just a little bit. From here, if I need to, I take a little stagger step in, and I drop my knee to the ground. Now, I want my knee deep behind his leg, so I'm not going to be like this or have my knee in the air. I'm putting my knee all the way on the ground, and I'm trying to hook his foot as tight as possible so it's hard for him to step that leg out. Okay? Notice I kept my posture upright. Do not do this takedown and put your head right here where you're going to get guillotined. I'm keeping my shoulder and head upright. My leg is here to drive off of. From here, I'm simply going to block the other knee, drive my shoulders forward, and come in. Okay. This takedown, you will often end up in the guard, but that's okay. In a fight, you can just punch. In sport jiu-jitsu, of course, practice your guard passing. Okay, so we're here. Okay. I'm going to step to the side. I'm not stepping back because now he's very far away. I'm just pulling him to my hip. If I need to, I bring this back leg in, drop. This hand slides down. Because if I don't, he's going to step that leg back. Now, even though he's got the underhook, hold the underhook, it's not going to be enough because I drop my whole level. I cup the knee. I don't have to do a pick. A lot of people will try to pick this leg up. I'm just bumping and then transferring here. Okay. Sometimes it's not wrong, but sometimes you can step over to half guard. Don't focus on that to the extent of missing this takedown. What I mean by this is I can step, come down, and as I punch, I can clear the leg and go over. But sometimes people are so focused on the end goal, they screw up the takedown. Okay, so we're here. Let's turn this way. Actually, let's turn this way. I step straight to the side, pull, here, come in, drop, catch the leg, bump with my shoulder, square up, and now we're into our underhook side inside trip. And it's a really effective, powerful takedown.